What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Two Wheeled Rider YouTube channel. My name is Mario Orsini, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the VisorCat. What the heck is a VisorCat? Well, stick around and find out. All right, so before we get into the product review and how this thing works, huge shout out to Mitch and the boys over at Moto Machines. I stopped by their office a few weeks ago and picked this up for review. I'm not being paid anything. I do get a free product, that's about it. So let me show you what's inside the box, what's included, how it works. I have had a chance to use this out on the bike a little bit, but I want to break it all down for you right now. So first off, inside the box, and this has already been out of the box, but makes it a little more dramatic. We have the VisorCat itself. This is the device that you're actually getting. I'll show you how to operate this thing here in just a moment. We also have a bottle of VisorCat, we're gonna call it Visor Cleaner Fluid. Nice little bottle with a little spin cap, so you can throw this in your tank bag or whatever and not have to worry about it getting all over the place. And then the last thing inside the box is a 2-page sheet of instructions. Pretty simple, but if you watch this video, you're not going to need these instructions. So let me show you how to get this product on, what it does, how it operates, all those good things, and then at the end of the video, I'll share some of my thoughts on what I think about it. So what exactly is the VisorCat? Well, it's a way to keep the visor on, or the shield as I like to call it, on your motorcycle helmet clean while you're riding down the road, and that's what they've come up with here. Basically, this is mostly rubber device. It does have a nylon strap with an adjuster hook on it there. Inside of here is a sponge, and this sponge just pops in and out. So the idea is this: you'll take this cleaner fluid, you'll douse the sponge with it, get it good and soaked up in there, and I'll show you how this goes on your glove here in a second. This will be on your hand, or on your glove hand, obviously on your left hand because throttle's the right hand. We don't want to be taking our hand off it. And by rubbing this across your face shield in two motions, so this way and then back this way, when you rub across this way, it opens up this rubber flap so that the sponge with the fluid will, basically put some fluid on the face shield. And then when you pull it back across this way, it closes. It's just forced to, and this is basically like a windshield wiper like you'd have on your car. Cleans all the crap off. So let me show you how you set this up on your glove, and then I'll share some thoughts with you and show you actually how it works with a helmet on too. So step one is take the cap off, or spin the cap off, and go ahead and douse this sponge with plenty of this fluid. Now, here's the cool thing about the sponge. It's gonna get dirty over time. All you have to do to clean it is take it out and basically rinse it out with some warm water. That's really all you have to do. If this thing were to totally wear out, I don't see any reason why you couldn't get just like any dish sponge and throw it in there. I don't see any difference. It's nothing special. All right, so that's good and doused. So now it's ready to put on. Obviously, you're going to put it on over top of your riding glove. I went ahead for demonstration purposes and grabbed a long gauntlet glove, because to me that's where it's most comfortable. So you've got this rubber loop that goes over your thumb there, but first off we're going to slide the nylon strap down over our glove hand, then we'll hook the loop over the thumb, and then you need to tighten this bad boy up because you don't want it flapping around. So give me just a second here. Once you kind of get it where you want it the first go round, you shouldn't have much adjustment to do after that. All right, there we go. And then you don't want this flapping around either, so you basically have two options. You can either cut it, or, because I'm not going to, you can just tuck it in just so it's not flapping around. All right, so there you have it. That's what it looks like on your glove hand. A couple notes here. If you wear a real short glove, this may not fit quite as well. I've found it works best. It doesn't have to be a gauntlet quite this long, but I found it works best on a little bit longer gauntlet glove. All right, so next up, let me get a helmet on. I'm gonna show you exactly how this thing works, and then I'll share some thoughts with you. All right, so this is my Shoei X14 helmet. I actually used this on my Rai XD4 with the visor on top of it. It still works fine, but for demonstration purposes, I think it'd be a little bit easier to see with the Shoei on. So basically, I mean, it's about as simple And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see, you know, all the cleaning stuff on there. And then just take that thumb back across and it's cleared up. Use this out on the road. Let me get that open back up. I use this out on the road. It actually does work as advertised, which is pretty impressive. If you get a bunch of bugs and stuff on your windshield, or you're out riding on a day, maybe it's just stopped raining and you're getting that road spray back on, and you know how that can, you know, basically put a nice film on your helmet. This thing's great. It actually does what it's advertised to do. I never got to the point where I ran the fluid down on it, so I don't know how long it lasts, but out for an hour or so ride and using it way more times than you typically would in an hour just for test purposes, I'm pretty sure the fluid would last you all day, or definitely to your next fuel stop if you needed to put a little bit more in. Let me get this helmet back off now that I've demonstrated how this thing works, and just kind of share some of my thoughts, some of the pros and cons with the VisorCat. Alright, so after I got to test out the VisorCat a little bit, what do I think of it? First off, it does work as advertised, which is impressive because looking at it, I wasn't real sure if it would or not. But would I use one? Man, it's tough to say. I mean, maybe on really long trips you could throw it on there if you knew the weather wasn't going to be great. But I don't know if I'd wear the thing or not. Who do I think it's best suited for? You know, definitely folks that are riding motorcycles of any distance that don't have windshields out in front of them, where they're going to get more road debris, more bugs, those sorts of things on. If you're riding a Goldwing or a big Harley Davidson or any sort of bike with a decent sized windshield on it, you can probably get away without it. One of the things I don't like about it is while it's on, it's not too bad. It's not that cumbersome, doesn't really get in the way of anything, but what I don't like about it is I can't take my glove off with it on. So maybe there's ways to loosen it up, but I'm afraid if you make it too loose that you can get your glove off, then it's not going to stay on there. So really, every time I want to go to take my glove off, one of the first things I have to do is at least loosen this thing up enough. And with these gloves, I have this piece here, so I can't really get to it. So it's a little cumbersome for me. It's not something I'm really interested in using because it's just an additional piece. And yeah, it's nice that it kind of straps onto your body so you don't have to carry something extra aside from a little bit of this. But for me personally, am I going to use this long term? No. And it's not a knock on the product. It's just not something I'm interested in using. Personally, I'm going to carry one of these in my tank bag along with a little bit of spray cleaner and just clean my helmet up as I need to, you know, at a fuel stop or a rest stop or something like that. So anyway, those are kind of my thoughts on the VisorCat. Cool idea, does work, just not for me. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button, because if you like motorcycles, well, this is the place to be. If you have any questions about the VisorCat, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, I'll talk to you again soon.